What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dr. Killjoy coming back at you again. And today, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be going through my top 10 favorite, not who I think is the best, but my top 10 favorite players currently in the CDL. I'm not going to be doing any retired players. If I did, just throwing it out there, both Enable and Karma would both make this list. Not doing retired players, though, so they're not going to be on the list. Starting off at number 10, you have Formal from Optic Chicago. Kind of some reasoning behind it. Since he rejoined Optic, he might be the funniest pro in the league. And obviously, he always had that humor behind him, but now that it's more on display again, he is hilarious. On the Optic podcast, if you don't watch those, he's comedy on those. But then also, if you throw it back towards like 2016-17, Black Ops 3 IW, you saw the serious side of him where he just wanted to destroy everyone. So you've kind of seen both sides of him. Also a very talented player. So that's going to do it for number 10. Moving on to number 9, you have Priesta from the Minnesota Rocker. I made my video yesterday, the power rankings, before I saw that they did make a team change, subbing out Major Maniac for Standy. I think that helps this whole roster, to be honest. I think Priesta's just a natural flex. So I think that role is going to fit him a lot better, and hopefully Standy and Attach as a duo will be able to thrive and make his job easier, make Accuracy's job easier. I could see that team making some waves. Priesta, definitely number 9. He's killing the content game. He's one of the players who streams and makes videos a lot compared to some of the other players in the league, so that's why he fits in at the number 9 spot. At number 8, yeah, I know he got benched, but I disagree with the benching, so he's making the list. You got Methodz. Zinni, this guy, also comedy. If you don't follow him on Twitter, that's an instant follow. He's always posting chicken parm too, making me kind of hungry while I'm scrolling through the timeline, but it's worth it. He does drama alert videos. He does, I don't know, he's just funny. Funny guy on Twitter. Definitely worth a follow if you don't. Moving on, number 6, yeah, Bruce Dashi. One of the most just raw talented players in the league, if you're asking me. This guy is insane. First time on Optic and then through into Optic LA. OGLA, there you go. There was questions about kind of his work ethic and showing up late and stuff, but it seems to be fixed on the new Optic squad, so you'd love to see that. Glad to see that he's working hard. He's been playing pretty well this year as well, so he's just nasty at the game. Got to put him at number 6. Moving on, number 5, you got Hook the Nuke. Moving from Halo on to COD. He, one of the most underrated players in the league, 100%. He does not get enough credit for what he does on the map. He does a lot of dirty work, but then he still puts up stats to like back that up. He's one of the best players at what he does. He's actually been playing really well this year too. And I'm not going to say I'm necessarily an Empire fan. I'm not. I'll just say it straight up. I'm not an Empire fan, but I am a very big Hook fan. Love to see him shining this year, being more of a star player. That's what he deserves to be. He deserves all the credit that he gets and more. Moving on, number 5, you have Asim. Really becoming more of a household name this year, I would say. He was on the rocker last year. Moving on to the subliners this year, and he's been making a lot of plays for them this year. But he's the route man. Route man gets paid. He, again, just like Hook, he does so many little things where he just plays the game correctly and makes the game easy for the rest of his team and makes everyone else look better. And then when he's also backing up stats, especially this year, to prove it, if you want to learn how to be a better Call of Duty player, players like Asim, players like Hook, those are the ones you want to watch. Go back, watch old COD, watch players like Karma, as I brought up earlier. They just play the game very correct and make the game very easy for the rest of their team to put up the big numbers. And then they still have that playmaking ability where they can put up the big numbers as well. So he makes number 5 on the list. Moving on into our top 4. At number 4, you have Apathy, Big Donk. The dad himself, father of one, I believe, just one. But yeah, Apathy kills the content game. He posts a lot of like tips and tricks style videos on his YouTube channel. So again, if you're trying to get better at the game, I would recommend checking out his YouTube. He posts a lot of tips and tricks on just how to get better and how to play more like with a pro mindset. He streams a lot. He's always putting up pretty big numbers. Since Black Ops 3, he won champs. Love to see it. Got second in IW. So, I mean, you can't dislike the guy. If you dislike this guy, I want to know why. You don't really have a reason to dislike the guy. He's just a good guy all around. Good vibes. Moving on into our top 3. At number 3, you've got Skump, the man who's been with Optic basically his whole career. I mean, technically Huntsman last year. It was Optic, if we're all being honest. He had that stint where he left for a week way back in the day. But I don't know if I've ever shared this on the channel. Skump is really the person who brought me into competitive Call of Duty because of the YouTube content that he was making. I watched a random match in Black Ops 3, and then from there I got recommended to his videos. That's why I think content is so important in the CDL. It brings so many new viewers. That's how I was brought into the scene, and I've kept up with it ever since. I watched his videos. Super funny, super entertaining guy. That's why he's number 3. He might have been number 2, but we have a new number 2 on this list. Moving on, you got Envoy, also from Optic, who I don't necessarily think is going to be the next Skump. I think he's going to be the first Envoy, because I don't think that there is necessarily a thing as the next Skump, just because he was kind of one of the first to do it, as well as Nade Shot, if we're talking that kind of impact that they had. But he's been grinding his content on YouTube as well. Him and Skump almost have that big brother, little brother duo and dynamic with each other, which I absolutely love to see. He's almost teaching him the ways of how he got to where he is, and now Envoy is starting to build that success both in-game and in content. So you absolutely love to see it. This guy also plays the game very well. He's always behind you. If you're playing against him, you gotta be watching the flank. And that is Zuma, another player who could have made this list. He's unfortunately retired due to his wrist injury. You absolutely hate to see that. He 100% would have made this list as well. The way that they play the game, they make the game difficult for the opponent and easy for your team. So you love to see it. This number 1, if you know anything about me, this one's definitely an obvious one. We've used his class in a video on this channel. I'm a mod in his Twitch chat. You got Attach of the Minnesota Rocker. You absolutely love to see it. That's my guy right there. One of the most, especially this year, more than others, I've noticed, one of the most consistent content creators in the league, and he's still popping off in the league. I think he is one of, if not the best players on his team currently, and I think with that team change, it could definitely help even more when he has Standy as that sub-duo. They're going to be running and gunning together. Priesta on the flex, accuracy as that main AR. I'm really confident in this team, and I hope that they prove me right. So that is my number 1 favorite player all the way through the top 10, going all the way back. Just quick recap. You got Formal at 10, Priesta at 9, Methodz at 8, Dashi at 7, Hook at 6, Asim at 5, Apathy at 4, Skump at 3, Envoy at 2, and my man Attach as my favorite player in the CDL. Let me know your guys' list down below. If you think anyone should be higher, lower. I mean, it's kind of a personal opinion thing, so I mean, you're probably not going to convince me, but go ahead and try it. That's going to do it for today. We'll see you next time. Goodbye!